right, hero comics here. Next episode, hero comics. Transgender, hate mail, homosexual, email, atheist, hate mail. Basically, me reacting to a bunch of screen caps on YouTube and DeviantArt that are response to comments I made against these deviant lifestyles, and a few other things. Trigger warning. Let's continue on to this person trying to say, say, well, it's just our lives so bad, so little tiny, going there, just going like little tiny guys, they're just little tiny little. I'm like, yeah, they're still eyes. Stop it. But people don't like that. That makes them feel bad. It makes them feel angry. Just just get along and with political correctness. Like no, not with this. Oh, and then I go. Come on, man. It's it's like I'm like, yeah. All this stuff was basically trying to say. They're basically trying to say, oh, but in modern times, you people want to be hearing messages of having to change. You can be whatever you want in modern times, right? Like no. Not when it comes to this. We just say ourselves. Person says, "Well, it's only the wrong path to you because of the Bible." What you're saying is entirely opinionated because I say it is. I say no. The Bible says it bad too. The thing is, if this person said, "I've been a while since I read the Bible," like yeah, I wonder why. Two, lying lips are abomination to the Lord. They do the delight. Proverbs 12:22. The one of the foundation verses of the transgender ministry. Okay. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord. You gotta stop lying. Stop it. Not even little lies. No. And then a person says, "What do you, the person, think? You think people, if they were not lying, still deserve to be happy? How they want to be?" And I say, if they were not lying, then I would not have a problem seeing them try to be happy. I have seen trans people's videos, art posts, and journal entries, and they show that they are. Really are. The girls trying to hide their breasts or the curves. The boys trying to hide their penis and testicles. Stuff like that. Try to talk higher so they sound like women, females. Grow their hair long, stuff like that. Padding on their chests. Just all kinds of stuff that's just like, yeah, no, don't look too into it. See, look, I'm this. I'm totally this. So yeah, don't look too close. Bad news. They are. Well, I view it like this. They didn't choose to have these problems or views of themselves, but they do. Then they choose to continue to. They choose to continue to perpetuate that instead of learning that that's wrong. Wrong. They do choose what to do with the inner conflict, though. Lie, deceive. They do it wrong. And if they choose to deal with it one way, that's not hurting people. You don't have to go shoving a creed down their throat. But they are. So they're hurting themselves and others. Because they say, they go on and on about how awesome this stuff is. And other people are like, I'm going to try it too. They'll be like, I'm not a role model. And it's like, yeah, let me just publicly announce all this stuff. Continue. Continue, please. They comic though, if they choose to deal with it one way, it's not hurting people. You have to show a creed. You want to go shove a creed down their throats, because as I say, that's what you're doing by telling them they're wrong. All you have to do is not do it yourself, because this thing with personal autonomy, tolerance, political correctness. It's we've come so far, and we've regressed so much to where that stuff is old and outdated. Because I say it is. The same stuff that was happening back then is happening now. Ignore that. I choose to. The Bible actively says not to force the release on someone else. Where? Where? You haven't given me any verses, man. That's what the issue is. You haven't given me any verses that say, keep that stuff to yourself. Zip your howling screamer. I like that movie. That was fun. Treasure Planet. Yeah, it was great. No, it doesn't say that. It says, go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. Meaning, tell them what the Bible says. Tell them the way to live, the ways of God, to live, following the ways of God. Go. So no, the Bible does not say force. Do not force your beliefs or whatever else. That person needs to read the Bible more. So that's what don't. That's what I ask. Stop saying we're wrong. This is wrong because it hurts people's feelings. Yeah, but when they need to know that, and they tell them, "Do you want to hear?" So adhere to your own beliefs, and don't force others to conform to them, or else the worst men in history have done that. They basically force people. You're forcing people, right? By saying this is wrong. That's what you're doing, right? You have these soldiers. You're putting people in camps or stuff like that. Actually, physically shooting anyone. Or whatever, separating people, saying no, you're doing that stuff. No. Nope. I say, if the Bible says not to force your beliefs on others, then why does it also say to go in the world and preach the gospel to every creature? Mark 16:15. And they are harming themselves for believing that they have to lie about having a good life. Lying is the big issue here. Lying is the core of the transgender lifestyle. It is basically lying about the medical sex to try and deceive people into treating them better because they think that the way they've been treated is bad. If it is, then you have to say so. Lie. You say so. You tell the truth about it. That's what you do. They're not doing that. They're messing themselves up. There you go. Let's see here. What was it? Have a good life. Someone said, I am all cool with spreading the word. Just don't force it. What's the difference? It's the difference between if someone just gave you an atheist viewpoints and beliefs and why that's what they believe versus if they try to forcibly make you atheist. Me saying this is a bad lifestyle, you shouldn't be doing that, is the same as that. No, it's not. Second isn't pleasant at all. And like your second point is no, because I say no. They're not harming themselves because I say they are. Don't ignore the fact that they are harming themselves through lies, through psychologically, through lies, through being like, no, being like, I don't want to accept reality. They're saying they don't want to accept reality by basically hiding parts of their body to the detriment of those parts. By getting, poison injected into their bodies that harm them, getting mutilation going on in their bodies that will harm them, and when all that stuff fails, basically, doing horrible things to themselves physically, that could lead to death, so, they're harming themselves, and others too. Continue on here. They're not harming themselves because I say they are. What harm are they incurring on their personal by being who they are on the inside through lies? I say they can be who they are on the inside without transitioning because they already are. They just have to get used to the body they have. I'm telling them. They have. It's one way to deal with it. Yes, that's how I did. At some point you have to accept that someone might want to do it differently, wrongly. Yes. Is something that dream so badly, let them indulge. No, not through lies. No, makes them happy through lies. And they want to just let them. No, they don't have to. But to be fair, none of us have to do anything. Everything just has the consequences. We choose what we want to deal with. The consequences of learning how to live with the body I have through truth, rather than learning to live with the body I have after all the lies. So they're not attacking you for not being trans or anything. They are. So that doesn't work. They just want to be left alone about it because it's not their defining personal trait through lies. That's what he said. I said, a person's happiness is not as important as their mental health, and a person's mental health is best served by accepting reality. ... Reality. The reality that is their body you get, and lying about it is wrong because it is. So it's a person's mental health is best served by addressing their problems and satisfying it actually. This is even baseless. I've got psychology and sociology textbook with. These things. Not through lies, I say. I'm not talking about lying to yourself about wanting to be a man or a woman. I'm talking about learning to dysphoria is lying to you, to people, and you have to learn to resist it because it tempts you to. Telling you that your way is not telling you that your way is invalid because that's the way I dealt with my own crisis of identity with my gender. I'm just saying that there's other ways of dealing with it. The wrong ways. And just because you don't like it doesn't make it wrong. Because it's wrong makes it wrong. If you could tell them to lie themselves about not wanting to be a man or woman, I think I can tell you to deal with the lies of them presenting as one. No, I'm saying lies to themselves. I'm saying